Good afternoon everyone, welcome to EduTap. My name is Devanshi Gupta and you are watching the general awareness video where we'll be covering the important current affairs from 10th to 12th of August. Friends, subscribe to our YouTube channel, press the bell icon so you don't miss any future updates and join our Telegram channel, link for which is in the description box below. Guys, you will be getting the free PDF for today's session, so through Telegram channel you can get the PDF for today's session. We are running a freedom sale where we are offering you flat 40% off on all of our courses. Guys, just use code India on our website and you will be entitled to get 40% off on our all of the courses, and the sale will be valid from 13th to 16th of August 2021. Guys, starting up with the MCQs from our previous video. If you haven't watched the video, or if you wish to recall, if you wish to revise the previous videos current affairs, you can go and watch the video and then come back, then answer all the MCQs. So the first question is that who among the following Indian boxers has or have won Olympic medals in boxing? So Indian players to win Olympic medals in boxing, and the options are Vijender Singh, Lavlina Borgohain, Mary Kom, both Mary Kom and Lavlina Borgohain, or all of the above. And the right answer for this is, guys, I hope you are easily able to identify the right answer. It's a fairly easy question, and the right answer is all of the above. So we have three Olympic medals in boxing, and all of the three medals are bronze. Starting up with Vijender Singh, who won the bronze medal in 75 kg men's boxing category in Beijing 2008. Mary Kom, on which we also have a movie, and the role was played by Priyanka Chopra, won the 51 kg women's boxing in London Olympics 2012. And Lavlina Borgohain, well, she won the 69 kg Tokyo Olympics 2020 women's boxing competition. I hope you will be able to remember this fairly easy question. 3 medals in boxing, B for bronze, and since bronze is the third position, you can remember currently there are 3 medals. Next, guys, we have that Akasa Airlines, which is set to hit the Indian market in April 2022, is based on which of the following models? And the options are ultra low cost carrier, medium cost carrier, high cost carrier, or ultra high cost carrier. Well, I hope all of those who have watched the previous video, they'll be fairly easily be able to cancel out these 3 options, that are medium cost, high cost, and ultra high cost. Now we are left with 2 options, that are ultra low cost, that is ULCC, and low cost carrier, that is LCC. So how do we remember that Akasa Airlines is based on which of the following models? Well, a small hint, Akasa Airlines is primarily owned by the Indian stock market bull, Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, and well, anything that has to do with stocks will has to do with the profits. And obviously the ultra low cost carrier model will shell out more profits. So the Indian stock market bull, that is Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, also referred to as the Warren Buffett of India, holds 40% stake in the Akasa Airlines. Guys, a small reminder that airlines industry is one of the worst impacted industries by the COVID pandemic, and even then Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala is optimistic about his investment in the Akasa Airlines because it is following a ultra low cost carrier model. Currently, the Indigo Airlines, which is the market leader with 54% share in the Indian domestic airlines industry, is also working on the low cost carrier model, but the Go Air Airlines is trying to shift from low cost carrier model to ultra low cost carrier model. I hope you will be able to remember that Akasa Airlines, which is set to hit the Indian market in April 2022, is based on the ultra low cost carrier model. Next, guys, we have that recently in August 2021, which of the following food delivery platforms has recently partnered with Hero Electro to deliver food via e-bicycles? The options are Zomato, Uber Eats, Swiggy, Ola, or all of the above. This is a kind of question which you'll have to remember, and the right answer for this is Swiggy. Well, Swiggy has partnered with Hero Electro to do last mile delivery of food via e-bicycles in, guess what, in which city, guys? Well, it will be done in Hyderabad city. So just remember that Swiggy has partnered with Hero Electro to do last mile food delivery by e-bicycles in Hyderabad city. Next, guys, we have that NASA has opened applications for its 1-year mission to simulate Mars type conditions on Earth. What is the name of the mission? The options are NASA ISRO SAR, Crew Health and Performance Exploration Analog, Cosmic Background Explorer, Mars Observation Satellite, or none of the above. Guys, I hope I hope you can cancel out some options from here. According to me, well, NASA ISRO SAR, it is a joint initiative by NASA and ISRO for a synthetic aperture radar that is nicer, so that won't be the right answer in my opinion. Mars observation satellite, well, it was a satellite. Okay, so Mars observation satellite, well, let's leave it aside for a minute. Crew health and performance exploration analog, Chappie, that could be the right answer as well. Cosmic background explorer could be the right answer as well. None of the above, well, not really interested in that. Now coming to Mars observation satellite, well, we are talking about simulating Mars type conditions on Earth for 1 year, and we have opened applications for that. So I don't think a Mars observation satellite will require any sort of applications for people to go up there and work while simulating. So I don't think that's the right answer either. Moreover, I think it is there just to confuse you with the Earth observation satellite which was launched by ISRO, EOS-1, and guys, guess what? It used the same NICER, that is synthetic aperture radar. It used the synthetic aperture radar, so I don't think this will be the right answer either. And the right answer for this is crew health and performance exploration analog, that is Chappie. How do you remember the right answer? Well, I'll give you a movie to watch in your free time. You can go and watch movie Martian, and in the movie what happens is a crew goes to Mars, and one of the person is left behind, and what he does is he makes the place habitable for himself with the limited resources which NASA will be providing to its applicants to live on Earth in Mars type conditions for 1 year. So he lives there with limited resources, and he keeps a log of all of the things and the resources he uses and what all he does to make the place more suitable for himself. So I hope with the word crew and analog you will be able to remember that a 1 year mission to simulate Mars type conditions is being held on Earth by NASA. Next guys, we have which of the following awards is the highest sports honor award in India with a cash prize of rupees 25 lakhs for the winner. So the options are Bharat Ratna Award, Arjun Award, Dronacharya Award, Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award or Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award. So we have Bharat Ratna Award, which is the highest civilian honor award, but we are specifically asking about the sports honor award, so that will not be the answer. Along with that, I would also like to mention that the highest sports honor award comes with a cash prize of rupees 25 lakhs, but the highest civilian honor award, that is Bharat Ratna Awards, comes with the a monetary grant of rupees, well, 0. So Arjun Award, that could be the right answer, so I'll just keep it aside for a minute. But Dronacharya Award is linked to the gurus, the coaches, so that will not be the right answer either. And with that, you can also link that Arjun Award is given to the good sports person or good students, so students in the sports category. So we'll keep that aside for a minute. And Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award or Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award, well, Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award has been recently renamed to Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award, so that will not be the right answer either. And to remember that Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award, which is the right answer, is the highest sports honor award. The word we'll have to find is the word Ratna. So just remember Khel Ratna, sports honor. Someone who Ratna is someone who is really elite. So that will be the right answer. That Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award is the highest sports honor award in India, and it has been renamed from Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award to Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award. Now guys, I have the superstars for my today's video who have answered the question in my previous video's task perfectly. And Yukti Gupta, who has not only given me the right answer for the most efficient mode of transportation for a freight carrier, she has also given me the explanation that the recipients receive a Sanat certificate signed by the president and a people leaf shaped medallion, and there is no monetary grant associated with the Bharat Ratna Award. Special thanks to Yukti Gupta, well done. And Shubham Bhat Barwe, Krishangi Kakati and Sakshi Priya, you all have given the right answer as well. Waterways is the most efficient mode of transportation. Now I'll be discussing a small case study done by a small research done by Nomura Institute, which tells us that waterways costs around 1.06 rupees per ton per kilometer, railways cost around 1.36 rupees per ton per kilometer, and roadways cost almost 2.5 times the cost of waterways, that is 2.5 rupees per ton per kilometer. And airways, well, it's negligibly used mode of transportation in any country compared to other modes of transportation, and it's fairly expensive than any other modes of transportation as well. So we'll be discussing about waterways, railways and roadways only. So guys, according to the Nomura Institute, India uses 60% roads transportation method, while China uses 46% of waterways. As we can see that waterways is fairly cheaper. I mean, it's drastically cheaper than roadways. It is a much better option to shift the load from roadways to waterways. So for that, what Indian government has done is they have built, currently India has a total of 111 national waterways, out of which 106 were built in the year 2016. So you can see that the Indian government is trying to shift from transporting through roads to waterways, and I think it will not only benefit the country in terms of the cost it will be saving through it, but also the amount of lives which will be saved through road accidents, and the amount of condition which will get better by using road as less of a medium for transportation of commercial vehicles. So guys, we'll be discussing about the national waterways in the upcoming videos as well. For today's homework task, I have something different for you, and the slide for that will be coming up after the current affairs from 10th to 12th of August. So do not skip any content. And the first the first topic that we'll be discussing today is about the 2020 Olympic medals. And guess what? Neeraj Chopra, who won the men's javelin throw gold medal, he won it on 7th of July, and 7th of July has been declared as the National Javelin Throw Day. And guess what? India won 7 medals. So you have to just remember that India won 7 medals, and on 7th July 2021, Neeraj Chopra won the gold medal in men's javelin throw, and 7th July has been declared as the National Javelin Throw Day. Now discussing about the medals, we have 1 gold medal, 2 silver medal and 4 bronze medals. The gold medal was won by Neeraj Chopra in men's javelin throw. Silver medal was won by Mirabai Chanu in women's weightlifting 49 kg category. Silver medal was won by Ravi Kumar Daya in men's freestyle wrestling 57 kg. Bronze medal, Lavlina Borgohain won the bronze medal in women's welterweight boxing 69 kg. PV Sindhu won the bronze medal in women's singles badminton. Men's hockey team won the men's hockey bronze medal, and Bajrang Punia won men's freestyle wrestling 65 kg bronze medal. So that's the list for 2021 Tokyo Olympics, India's medals. Now we have International Army Games, which will be conducted in Russia for the year 2021, and India will be taking part in the games. 101 member contingent of army will be taking part in the International Army Games. It will be held in Russia from 22nd August to 4th of September. Guys, talking about Russia, we had recently signed an MOU with Russia regarding coking coal for steel making industry. Along with that, we also had the 12th biennial naval exercise being held at the Baltic Sea between India and Russia, where INS Tabar took part. Just remember these facts about Russia. We had 3 major news regarding Russia in the previous month. That was INS Tabar took part in the 12th biennial naval exercise at the Baltic Sea with Russia, and an MOU was signed with Russia regarding coking coal for steel making. Next we have, guys, that Rajiv Gandhi Award has been announced. Please do not mix it with the Khel Ratna Award that has been renamed from Mr. Rajiv Gandhi to Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award. Well, a Rajiv Gandhi Excellence Award has been announced in the field of information technology. The field has been announced by the Maharashtrian government and Well, I hope you are able to identify this man. He is the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray. Along with that, I would also like to mention about the new Chief Minister of Karnataka, Mr. Baswaraj Bommai, who took oath as the Chief Minister of Karnataka after Mr. B.S. Yediyurappa resigned. Next, guys, we have Skytrax World Airport Award ranking has been released, and guess what? In India's Indira Gandhi International Airport, that is Delhi Airport, is among the world's top 50 airports, standing at the 45 ranking. And along with that, we also have two other airports which are in the top 100 list: Mumbai Airport and Bangalore Airport, standing at the 65 and 71 ranking respectively. Guys, along with that, a new airport will also be coming up in Noida International Airport, and it is said that it will be the biggest airport in India after it is fully constructed. Guys, with Mumbai Airport, if you remember, we have a controversial news going about the renaming of the airport, and well, Bangalore Airport is standing at 71 rank in the Skytrax World Airport Award ranking. Guys, now we have the top 5 world airports in the top 100 list: Doha Hamad, Tokyo Haneda, Singapore Changi, Seoul Incheon, and Tokyo Narita. Tokyo has 2 airports in its top 5 list, and then Singapore, Seoul, and Doha are in the top 5 list as well. Do remember the top 3 Indian airports in the list, and do remember these top 5 airports in the list from the world. Next, guys, we have Durand Cup. Durand Cup will be held in India this year. The 130th edition of Durand Cup has been scheduled in India. It will be held in Kolkata from 5th September to 21st October, and it is the world's 3rd oldest and Asia's oldest football tournament. So guys, first of all, let me remind you that a question on Durand Cup has come up in the previous years. Along with that, it is the 3rd oldest and Asia's oldest football tournament. Anything that comes up in the top 3 list is important from our exam point of view, and most importantly, it is being held in India for the year 2021. So with that, the Durand Cup becomes a fairly important topic for our exams point of view. Now I have a small homework question for you. You have to tell me what is the national sports of India and what are some major tournaments related to it. All of those who will be giving me the right answer for this, along with some major tournaments related to it, and if you also have some any other fact or any queries or any special mention or request, you can comment down in the comment section below. I'll be putting up your comment in the next video. I'll be highlighting your name, so do take part in the comment section below. Now next, coming up, we have that Tibet's biggest airport terminal has been launched by the Chinese government at Lhasa. Lhasa, which is the provisional capital of Tibet, has gotten a new Terminal 3 airport, which is the biggest terminal in Tibet according to the Chinese government. Next, guys, we have an MOU has been signed between India and US in the field of better monsoon and weather forecasts. Well, the National Institute of Ocean Technology, Chennai, has signed an MOU. Sorry, guys. The National the National Institute of Ocean Technology, which is under the Ministry of Earth Sciences, Government of India, which is in Chennai, has signed an MOU with the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, and it will directly benefit the Research Mood Array for African Asian Australian Monsoon Analysis and Prediction (RAMA) and the Oceanic Mood Buoy Network in the Northern Indian Ocean, that is OMNI. So guys, just a quick revision: MOU signed between India and US, between National Institute of Ocean Technology and National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration. The MOU will directly benefit RAMA and OMNI, and it is in the field of monsoon and weather forecasts. Next, guys, we have our 1971 war hero, Commodore Kasargod Gopal Rao, has passed away. He was a Mahavir Chakra and Vishisht Seva Medal recipient. Well, he bombarded the Karachi port in the 1971 war, so he has passed away. Next, guys, we have 2 days which were in news. That is the International Day of World's Indigenous Peoples 2021, and the theme for the day was that leaving no one behind, Indigenous Peoples and the Call for New Social Contract. Well, the International Day of World's Indigenous People was marked on 9th of August, and the theme was, repeat after me, leaving no one behind, Indigenous Peoples and the Call for New Social Contract. Guys, do remember the themes. They are asked in the examinations very often. Now we have World Lion Day, which was marked on 10th of August and which was first observed in the year 2013. And guys, I would like to share a fact about the lion population in the last 50 years, that is in just 5 decades. World has lost 95% of the lion population. So you can see how dangerously close they are to becoming extinct. Like, this is just huge. The 95% population fall in the lions population. So the lions are vulnerable species as per the International Union for Conservation of Nature's Red List, that is IUCN Red List. So lions are a part of vulnerable species according to IUCN Red List. Guys, do remember the theme, do remember the fact, and do remember the dates. With that, that's it for today's video. These were some important current affairs from 10th to 12th of August. We have a sale running on 40% off on our courses. Use code INDIA. It is an independent sale, and you can send us a mail at hello@edutab.co.in for any queries. Comment down in the comment section below if you have any questions. Visit our website www.edutab.co.in. That's it for my end, guys. Thanks for joining in.